Right, 5 June 2024, and today I'm going to be giving you yet another update on the plans for the August protests. And I want to start as usual with what has happened today, what has been happening today in terms of all the activities and logistics. So, good night to everybody. And today we've had a very, very busy day. There has been a lot of activities on the side of the bishop. And I just had a chat with Bishop Nyamakanga within the last few hours. And it's clear that there's progress being made in terms of all the letters that need to go out. So I can't give you the details of where the letters are going, but what I can say is that the protest needs to be based on an actual plan and actual communication. And Bishop Nyamakanga and his office have been busy with that process, and we're going to be seeing progress. He's going to be eventually describing what is going to go on in terms of the actual engagements. So there is high-level engagements taking place, and Bishop Nyamakanga is responsible for leading this effort. So we all know that this is an effort led by the churches. It is not something that is random or that is just happening. So the Zimbabwe Intercessors Movement is in charge of the process of the protest. So we're all going to be following the churches. So we should all follow the instructions that the bishop is giving us, and everything is going to go very, very well. So I want to start by giving a financial update. So today we received more finances this afternoon, and we were able to pay for some of the expenses that are needed in Harare. So the expenses for today was just $100. So that is what we paid. So until Friday, some of the money is going to go out on Friday. We're going to have an expense of about $100 that is going to go out. So eventually, you're going to get a financial statement at the end of the month of all the monies that we're going to get. We've also spoken to a funder, someone who can help us with a bigger funding, because we've got a trip to SADC. So a delegation needs to go to SADC, and there is someone that is going to assist with the flights for people like Bishop Nyamakanga and his team, and also myself coming here from here over there to SADC. And also, we need to meet with all the people in the UK, the Zimbabweans in the UK, and those trips need to be funded. So if you're able to fund those processes, those trips, so that people can get more cohesion ahead of the actual protest in Zimbabwe, let me know. You know my number. That is my number where you can contact me. And if you're able to fund such a trip, that is the trips for the bishop from Harare, maybe with 4 or 5 other people, and myself from here, South Africa, all the way to Botswana, and then all the way to the United Kingdom. We need to spend about a month in the United Kingdom, making sure we set up the foundation. The United Kingdom is the most important constituency for Zimbabweans. And what I want to say to the guys in the UK is, do you want to go home? That is the question that I'm going to be asking you every time I see you. Do you want to go home, or you want to die in a foreign land? Do you want to go and visit your relatives in Bulawayo, Gweru, Kwekwe, Mutare, Masvingo, Bedbridge? Or do you want to spend the whole of your life working and not producing anything, not building anything, not building a legacy? Do you want to become an old man on a pension in a foreign country? Those are the questions that I will be asking you, and I'll be asking these questions on a daily basis. Please, guys, do not contact me right now on the stream. I'm going to share the link, and I can see Mkoma Agenda is already here, so we're going to bring him into the studio very, very soon. Please don't contact me on the phone when I am currently live. So here is the link. Go to the stream and come and talk to me here on live. So we've put the link right now. The guys want to join, and I'm so sorry for forgetting to do that first thing. The link is also in the groups, and I'm going to share the links for the groups again. We're moving towards Telegram. So let's move towards Telegram. and everything that we're going to do is going to be done in the open. You see, in the past, the reason why Zimbabwe didn't do well is because there were so many gatekeepers. So if something is done in private, there are so many gatekeepers. There are people who stop other people from accessing the action because of their place or their old positioning. We're going to smash those boundaries, and we're going to make sure that this thing succeeds when we do it openly. We're in a new era and we need a new system. So let us all work together and make this work. As I was saying, if you're in the UK, do you want to die in that foreign land? If you're in South Africa, do you want to live a life where you don't know what is going to happen next without papers? Do you like jumping the border? Those are the things that we're addressing. And those are the things that Mnangagwa has to account for as he refuses to have dialogue, wandering aimlessly from country to country. Tomorrow, Mnangagwa is going to be in Russia with no objective and no purpose. So let us stop what has been happening in Zimbabwe once and for all. On 17 to 19 August 2024, when the SADC heads of states are in Zimbabwe, let's make sure that that protest takes place and it's Independence Day on 19 August. Let's not allow Mnangagwa to continue what they've been doing. So Mkoma Tatenda, how are you doing this evening?
I'm fine, Mr. Gambakwe. How are you?
I don't seem to hear you. I don't know if it's on my side or if it's on your side.
My mic is okay.
Okay, cool. That's much better. I think let me remove my mic because it doesn't seem like I wanted to do. Yeah. I'd rather just talk to you without my mic.
Okay.
So let us continue talking, but let me just wrap up on what I was saying here, which is to say we obviously need to have more physical interaction. So we don't want this to be online. So the guys in the UK, you're going to see me, you're going to see Bishop Nyamakanga, you're going to see a team coming over to the UK. We're also going to try to get guys from the Blue Movement to come over, the guys that you know, so that we have a broader representation. We want this thing to work, but we don't want a demonstration that ends at a protest. We want a new order in Zimbabwe, a new order of success, so that after this demonstration, we say this is day one of building our country. Mnangagwa, it's over. We don't want that thing anymore, where for no reason our country is underperformed so badly. When we got the resources, we're well located, got educated people, but just one family is holding everyone at ransom. We're not going to allow it. And I hope that all of us are together. And Mkoma, you're the one who sent the video today in the afternoon, the audio that we posted today.
Yeah.
Okay, that was fantastic. So guys, you can go to YouTube. You will see that we've posted Tatneda's video. Mkoma Tatneda has issued a video raising very pertinent questions about us as Zimbabweans and our identity. What exactly is stopping us? Why are we sitting quietly in our corners? I enjoyed Pai Pamati. Everyone sitting in their corner, boiling over there. Urigo UK, in the room where you have been for years. Urigo United States, where you are. I see my brothers here. In the afternoon, I was walking around. You are standing in the little shop where you earn very little. You got nothing at the end of the month. Do you know what will happen if you go back to Zimbabwe and you get a farm and you freely move? Which umeenda kumusha kwako unogara 1 month kana zvinhu zvakaoma. Pane vanhu vari kufira mashifts iko zvinezvi kuUK. Pane munhu iko zvinezvi achembera asati amboenda kuholiday kuUK. Whereas kuZimbabwe unokwanisa kusimuka woti this weekend ndinombosvika paKariba, ndinombosvika paVictoria Falls. These are the things we want. We want a normal life. And you guys, you want the same thing. So let's make sure that it happens. Let's organize ourselves. And no one is going to be killed. So that is what I can tell you. You're going to see me in August. You're going to see me in September. You're going to see me in 2040. I'll be there. And that is one thing that I want to make us understand. So Mkoma Tatenda, I'll give you a chance to speak. What do you have for us today?
Today, I just want to answer the question that you posed in asking whether the guys in UK or South Africa want to go back home. I would say that yes, we wish to go back home. In fact, we don't want to be here. We are not here because of happiness. We are here because of push factors. We failed to survive, and we're trying to look for life here. But we are facing difficult challenges in the diaspora. Some of us are doing humanizing work. Some of us are working very hard, picking two shifts, day shift and night shift, trying to make ends meet. So we are not here by happiness. We want to go back home. We want to be with our families. We want to see Zimbabwe with a working economy. For example, Zimbabwe have got lithium, which is the new gold. We can sustain our economy with the lithium that we have. Zimbabwe and South Africa holds more than 70% of the world lithium. There's potential to do better, but we are not doing that. Unemployment is upon us. People are over. Scientists are getting out of the country, and we are in the diaspora. We don't want this life. We want to see a working economy. We want to go back home. We want to work in our own country. I'm a biotechnologist by profession. I'm a scientist out of Zimbabwe. I can contribute a lot in the food industry, in the research area, but I'm not working for Zimbabwe. It's so painful.
So Mkoma, everyone gets 3 minutes. And I think your 3 minutes is used up. So I'll see you again tomorrow. Is there anything else you want to say before we give Mkoma Ngomani a chance?
No, it's okay. Let's give others a chance.
Thank you very much. And please go and watch the 8 minutes clip that you recorded this afternoon. Amazing stuff. And if you want to be heard by everyone longer, please record an audio and send it to the group. We are going to make it into an audio and share it with the wider audience of Zimbabweans on TikTok, on Facebook, on Twitter, and we've got a massive audience of 200,000 followers on Facebook, 50,000 people on YouTube, and 10,000 people on TikTok. So you get a massive response if you send your videos and audios. Do so. Keep communicating with all the other guys. And I can see Kuti Mkoma wangu Tandazani is here. So Mkoma Tatenda, I'm gonna kick you out of the studio now. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Yes, Mkoma Tandazani, it's your chance now. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Gambakwe, and a very good evening to the people of Zimbabwe. A very good evening to everyone else listening. Today I don't have much to say, Comrade Gambakwe. Mine is an encouragement to the suffering masses of our people across the world. Mine is an encouragement to all the hopeless masses of our people across the country, to say this is an opportunity, this is a chance for a mass uprising, this is a chance for a mass protest against authoritarianism, against dictatorship in Zimbabwe. So this is the chance. All the political players should join in. All the political formations should join in, regardless of their political affiliation, regardless of their political ideological persuasion. At the end of the day, we are all fighting for a better Zimbabwe. At the end of the day, we all want a working Zimbabwe. At the end of the day, we all want a working economy. So we need, therefore, to abandon whatever that is dividing us at the moment and make sure that we are working towards a united force against ZANU-PF, because ZANU-PF is abusive. ZANU-PF is a liability to the people of Zimbabwe. ZANU-PF is responsible for the misgovernance in Zimbabwe. ZANU-PF is responsible for the human rights violation in Zimbabwe. ZANU-PF is responsible. It is the reason why the people of Zimbabwe are outside the country. It is the reason why the people of Zimbabwe are jobless. So for us to then talk about the creation of employment, to talk about the creation of a better economy, we need ZANU-PF out. Then to answer the pertinent question as to who is going to replace ZANU-PF, the people of Zimbabwe themselves are very much ready to lead. The people of Zimbabwe themselves are very much ready to replace ZANU-PF and usher in a new democratic government. And I myself also am even willing to replace Mnangagwa himself. So do not worry on who is going to replace Mnangagwa. Thank you so much.
Okay. No, Mkoma, thank you very much for this. It's making me laugh. You know why it's making me laugh? Actually, it's not crazy for someone to want to be president in Zimbabwe. The other countries have got very young presidents. What we want is an open system. We're tired of this war system. Yana Mnangagwa being told that in 1940, I was diving into the ground, dodging a bullet. We're tired of those stories. We want something new. We want something clean. We all know better, and we can't be held at ransom because there was a struggle that is bringing us nothing. So thank you very much, my brother, and please support us. Tell my president zekwenyu kuti vaisewo mari tibhadharire ma-trips edu ekutravela, tibhadharire ma-expenses ari kuitika. Guys, this thing is not free. The struggle is not free. We need to find what is happening in Harare. And Adam Nangagwa, they will laugh at us. If Wikino is giving away a car for 200,000 and we can't fund $20,000, it makes no sense. Let's make sure that we fund this thing. And I know that the UK guys have opened a GoFund. Guys, let's make this thing happen. Let's make this thing work. Adam Nangagwa are going to step down in August, and let's make it work. Thank you very much, Mkoma Tanzani, and I'm going to put Mkoma Ngubani on stage. Yes, Mkoma, are you hearing me? You're on mute right now. Okay, we can hear you. Mkoma Chando, you can get on while he's sorting out his devices. Get in, Mkoma. Should we say good evening to you? Let's get moving. You got 3 minutes. You're on mute. You got 3 minutes. Good evening, Mkoma. You're on mute. Okay, I can hear you now. Let's go.
Hi, Mr. Gambakwe.
Hi, Masora Semgo.
I'm good.
Good. You're violating one of the rules of this video presentation. No one is allowed to talk without showing their face. Because kana tisina show my face, it means you're scared of Mnangagwa.
And then taisa musoro pamwe chete toita chinhu chimwe chete weze hatingamirire munhu wani tozotanga kublema munhu wani kuti
I agree with you, Mkoma. We all need to work together. And personally, I don't blame Nelson Chamisa. Chamisa has done his part. Chamisa campaigned everywhere before the elections. Chamisa went to the elections under very difficult conditions. His party was taken away. His MPs were taken away. His councillors were taken away. Sengezo Chabang was put in his place. And he still managed to stand up to today, one of the most popular people in Zimbabwe. And I want to remind you of what we're doing here. We are looking for a dialogue, which is what Chamisa is asking for, a dialogue between Chamisa and Mnangagwa. If that doesn't happen, the protest will take place between the 17th and 19th of August, asking Mnangagwa to step down, leading to fresh elections. However, fresh elections are not negotiable. The fresh elections have to happen, whether there's a dialogue or not, because currently in parliament, we've got the wrong people. The people who are there are not the ones who are elected. In councils, we've got the wrong people. The people who are over there were not the people who were elected. So we need fresh elections. This is why we are lobbying. We need to move to all the places where we can go. We need to go to SADC. We need to go to EU. We need to go to Commonwealth. We need to go to AU. We need to go to all the state capitals and lobby for a fresh election in Zimbabwe. And that should happen. In August, Mnangagwa should step down because he has a report from CM that says he rigged the election. 17 out of 20 of the criteria were not met. Right now, South Africa had an election which is valid. Madagascar had an election which was valid this week. And tomorrow, there's going to be an EU election starting tomorrow, I think the 6th to the 8th. You guys who are in Europe, you know about this. All elections are being done in order. They're following proper processes. The Zimbabwean election has been rigged twice already in the past 5 years. So this is what we want to stop, and we don't want to take this kind of thing from Anamnangagwa. Anamnangagwa, Warkuraya and Nzara, Zimbabwe. Things are so tough in Zimbabwe. And all of us here in the diaspora, the question remains, do you want to go back home alive or do you want to go back home dead in a box? This is the question that you need to ask yourself. And as time moves, this thing is continuing. So I see Mkoma Ngoman is back. Is your system back up, Mkoma?
Yeah, I think it's back now. Can you hear me? Can
Okay,
you hear me now?
fantastic. Please go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Gambakwe, for your boldness. You know, and we wake up in the morning to, all right, good morning. Every morning for your update. And this is very good that the Zimbabweans make a decision to do what you are leading, because I think in our atmosphere we have been waiting for Chamisa to say what you are saying and what you're doing. But I feel that he cannot say it because he's not in a position to say it. You must remember that he's not secure where he is. And therefore the onus is on us and people like you come back who have got a social media voice and wide reach to mobilize Zimbabweans to put pressure on Itinangako. Whether he knows what doing it online or he doesn't know, it does not matter. All he needs to know is that we are sick and tired of suffering in foreign countries. Does that not have to know the mistreatment that we face in foreign countries? Okay, being in a diaspora is not going to heaven. Heaven is home, a free country. And what you are doing, Kabako, is legendary, you know, and we really do need to urge Zimbabwe to put in the money. You know, one of the complaints concerning politicians that they are sponsored by corporate interests. So now, in the Zimbabwean context, why don't the Zimbabweans sponsor their own revolution? I was happy that you spoke about the money issue. We really need to fund so that if we have to form a new government, the funders is us. The interests that we will be saving are the interests of the funders, which is the Zimbabweans. But if we are waiting for some foreigners to fund us, then we will actually become, their servants. So I like the funding part and I like the boldness of doing it online. I know they're listening, I know they're watching, I know they're gonna try to do whatever it is that they wanna do to stop. But anyway, it's not about them. It's our country, 15 million of us. You know, thank you, Kabako, for your initiative. Well appreciated.
Yes, thank
And
you very much,
Chamisa must
Mkoma. And I want
appreciate
to
you too.
comment on what you just said now
Yeah.
regarding Zimbabwean security and all that.
Uh,
If we put Mnangagwa here and we put Gambakwe here, and you say my security services, Mnofara ni Mnangagwa, Gambakwe.
I like that boldness about you. I like that boldness about you, by the way. You don't fear him. And it's the right thing because the regime feeds on fear. The regime feeds on making us to be afraid. You know, but they're just people, just like us. They just have positions. They can be fired. You know, even my general, these are just civil, they are servants. Okay. They are just doing a job. Nobody owns the country. They're not kings, they're not gods. They are just servants with a job. Their job is to save the interest of the 15 million Zimbabweans, not to line their own pockets and their friends. So we really must spread the message. And this time around, there's nothing that they can do to us. The whole world is watching them. You see, the ANC lost an election, yet they are so humble, accepted the results, something that ZANU-PF was not prepared to do. So I'm sure they should be taking a lift from ANC and learning that you can lose an election. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. ZANU-PF can get out of power. It's okay. They're still Zimbabweans. So we need to have them get to that position. Yeah. So
Okay,
as
so
a
I'd like to
speaker,
thank you, Mkoma, and
yeah,
I enjoy talking to you guys here. As I said, I'm going to be coming on the ground. Botswana, I'm going to be there before the actual protest. UK, I'm going to be there. We'll try to get into other countries like
we need to
Ireland
do
and all
something in
that.
Cape Town as well.
I'm Cape Town, no Mkoma. I am a student here
That
in
means
Cape Town.
I am
So,
also I am also in Cape Town. We must work up. We must also organize something. Put pressure here in Cape Town until it goes.
and in guys, I want to tell you, and that one won't happen. So guys, don't be
Let's not
afraid.
fear death. He's
Yeah,
not God. He does not hold the power of
because
life and death.
they're just people in
Yeah.
Zimbabweans.
Yeah,
So don't be afraid of anything.
yeah, yeah,
And in I'm free
yeah.
to move around. Because from Zimbabwe and Tombotari is gonna left, gonna right. So I think
Yeah.
Mukoma Jonathan last week.
That's the spirit.
Mukoma Ngomane, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Let's put Mukoma Jonathan on stage.
Thank you very much.
Mukoma Jonathan Masorate.
No. How are you, Mr. Gambakwe?
Very well. How are you doing?
Keeping my brother.
Yes.
We need to thank you, Mr. Gambakwe, with all the effort that you are putting in this program. On my side, Mr. Gambakwe, I need to thank President Chamisa for all what he did. It was not easy. I think all of us, we are aware that this country was demolished for some years. But we need to thank President Chamisa. He played his party. Let's help him now to do the rest, what is left. Let him just rest. And let's be helpers. All Zimbabweans, wherever we are. This man is a fighter. We can see he has gone to even to face with ED. Let's work with Chamisa, guys, for us to be where we're supposed to be in Zimbabwe. That's all I can say.
Yes, Mukoma Jonathan, I want to expand on what you've said before you go. So the purpose of the protest is for Chamisa to be able to have dialogue with Mnangagwa, who's been refusing to have dialogue, leading to reforms. The electoral system in Zimbabwe is a problem, and then a fresh election. So this is what we want, and I want people to understand what you are saying there. That this right now, the stakeholder is Nelson Chamisa on one side and Mnangagwa on the other side. Hatisatatanga kutaura zvimwe tichiri papo kusvika zvapera zvana Chamisa naMnangagwa. And inini, I talk to the guys very around Chamisa on a daily basis. The groups that are in the UK, they are well aware of what is happening. Right now, we're dealing with the election year 2023. We need to deal with the election year 2023. And to all the guys here, let's make it clear. Mukoma Jonathan, you've clarified very, very simply. But at the moment, the problem that we had in 2023 needs to be addressed. There was rigging. SADC has said that there was rigging, and we need to address that first before we can move forward. Is there anything else you want to say, Mukoma Jonathan?
No, I just want to say keep on, Mr. Gambakwe. 1977 team, let's go. Together we'll make it.
Pakaipa. I think let's bring this to an end. We've talked for too long today. We've been in this for a very, very long time. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thanks, Mr. Gambakwe.
Yes, and I want to ask everyone to remember Tinema expenses at travel. That's why we're here today. We've got trips to SADC, trips for me, Bishop Nyamakanga and his team, and also we need logistics in Harare. So parodiwa my donations to this paper for now, and then we'll deal with the GoFundMe once they verify kuti ndiani ari kurana GoFundMe iyoyo. Who started the GoFundMe? So for now, let's put the money here in this paper to not pay my financial statements. Today we've used $100 for logistics in Harare, and we've used $30 for data for one of the guys. And we now need to travel to SADC, EU, AU, and all those other countries so that you can start seeing me physically. Broadcaster UK. Zanditize moti Gambakwe asvika ndirakuita live every day, a different person.
Okay. I know we support you, Mr. Gambakwe. Toda history muno tiri Eastern Cape muno toda we support you.
Oh, okay, all right, that's fine.
Thank you.
So thank you very much, Jonathan, and I think I will kick you out of the studio for now, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gambakwe.
Thank you very much. So I think it's been a great day today. We have all been clarified. There's clarification on what is happening. What we want to do with this is by the end of 60 days, there should be no doubt of the direction we were going. Mnangagwa anoda kuwacha panapa every day. Asikachadi kuregeza kuwacha show inei. Because in your farewell party yake Mnangagwa. And I want to make it clear that we are not afraid. And this is not a begging. This is a push. This is not a time for peace. I've said it every day. I say the same thing. When you're saying someone step down, it's not a time for push, for peace. You are supposed to know that you're willing to go where it's supposed to go, which is the end of everything. And we are ready. We are ready to tishike ipapo where it needs to go. The young people, or like us, we've got an opportunity that our adults didn't have. And that opportunity is the ability to open a space without physically arriving in that space. Right now, through Zimbabwe, everywhere, every day we're in Zimbabwe, everyone is supporting this effort for Mnangagwa to step down. By the end of March, Mnangagwa must be out, and he's not going to go out by himself. So we are all being supported. Let's make sure that the diaspora play their part. So the diaspora, play your part. Musafire kunyika dzevamwe. Go back to your country. Tikasvika December, zvanaka, everyone is going to go to their country, which is Zimbabwe. So all of us here will be able to go home and we'll be able to build our futures. Do not die in a foreign country because of just being afraid. We need to make this push as hard as possible. And I'm willing myself, you can see me, I'm willing to be there when this happens. I'm not going to be somewhere far off. Kana Mnangagwa idoti ndisasvike, anotondi deport apa airport. Ndatompa idea Mnangagwa this. Make sure you deport me at the airport Mnangagwa, because I'll be there. And we'll see what you are going to do when I get there. So Mkoma Devi, how's it going?
I'm fine, Mr. Gambakwe. How are you?
Very well, thank you very much. What do you have to say tonight?
Yeah, Mr. Gambakwe, what I just want to say is that we are fighting against a system, and we need to know how the system works before we fight something which we want to fight, because you can't fight with something which we really don't know. So my contribution today is that the system which is being used by Mnangagwa is a system whereby if you want to control people, I think you need to make sure that you make those people to suffer so that they can submit to whatever you want them to submit to. So what is really happening is we need to educate people that the system which is being used to make sure that Mnangagwa is busy trying to make sure that nearly everyone is in poverty so that he can submit to whatever he wants. Or I can put it this way, that someone makes you suffer so that he can control you. So in short, it's like everyone now is especially, can you hear me, Mr. Gambakwe? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Please proceed.
Okay, so the system is like, to put it in simple terms, is like for someone to submit, he must make sure that he suffers first so that you can manage to control him. That's what is happening in Zimbabwe.
Okay.
And
so
the third part of the...
I get what you're saying, Kuti. Mnangagwa has oppressed everyone, including the people in the diaspora, to the extent that they are now coward. So the coward is too much.
Yeah, not only that, but just imagine that we have got MPs. It's not affecting not only the ordinary people. The MPs end up falling into that trap of Mnangagwa because it's like everyone is in poverty, is just looking for survival. So it's not about principles. It's about the system which is put in you, which makes you to make a decision, a desperate decision, in fact, to just follow into a trap, because you are suffering. So the point which I'm trying to make is to say he is managing, and we have seen it is evident enough that the ordinary people, those who are getting cars from Wicknell, those who are even the MPs for the opposition, they fell into that trap. So it's a sad story that the strategy, according to my assessment, is really working, because people are suffering, and that suffering make them fall into that trap. And we need to make sure that we advise people and encourage people to say, this is the trap, this is the system, and to find ways how we can assist others who do not understand the strategy, so that they understand that zvangofanana nekumhuri kuti kana pane one person anokwanisa kuwana mari yakawanda or is doing well, kunyange ari mudiki anopedzisira kunzi garai apa, vasina chinhu vachigara pasi. So ndo zvakangofanana nezviri kuitika kuti the strategies to make sure that people they suffer, so that they fall into the trap and they end up worshipping that person because of the poverty which is within the people. That's my message. Okay. So we need to make sure that we understand the strategy which is being used.
Thanks very much, Mkoma, and I really enjoyed talking to you today. I think the 3 minutes are up. I'll talk to you again tomorrow, Mkoma.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So I think let's bring this to an end. We've had a quick 36 minutes, and I hope that every night we get bigger and bigger. And eventually, I want us to have a demonstration online. We put 100 people to make a demo, Panapa, online. It's no need to repeat a demo. You know the songs, the demo. Just draw Panapa. To pin 100 people in this studio and do it. We're gonna do it before the end of the year. And we invite Mnangagwa. I've got Mnangagwa's number here. I'm going to call him that day when we do our first demo here online. So I think what I need us to do today is just to agree. Kuti, this is not free. There's going to be a lot of cost required. And the UK guys, my travel to the UK with Bishop Nyamakanga is need to be funded. So please make sure that we get this done. We make sure that we travel safely over to the UK. Me, Bishop Nyamakanga, and his team will go to Botswana, so that you see everything happening. So if I'm not there, you're not going to see the coverage. It needs to be there. And Mkoma Ivaristo is here. I'm going to give you a last chance, Mkoma. Let's quickly talk, and then we will wrap this up, because everyone wants to sleep now. I can see Kuti, you need to read a such zig. Slowly, Mkoma. Maybe no camera. You can switch off your camera so that your network can move faster. Okay, I think Mkoma is not working today. So let's bring this to an end. Please talk on the groups. The groups are open between 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. So we're gonna close the groups at 10 p.m. The main groups, the actual main group that we're going to now is Telegram. So please try to join the Telegram group. I'll share the link on Gambakwe. And then let's not talk other things that are not related to the protest. We are focused on the protest, fresh elections, dialogue, and reforms. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and a good night to you all.